Well, folks, it's 2025. I know we haven't done any behind the scenes in a while since Detroit. Been a little busy. Hope you all enjoyed the Detroit episode. So let's do a little recap here of what's going on. 2025, we're going to try to do as many episodes as we can. I'm going to try to do them weekly. I'm not promising weekly, but when we do them, we'll do recaps of what we've been doing. So far this year, everything we've covered for the news media has been a structure dwelling fire. We're actually on the way out to one right now. Happened about 5 o'clock in the morning, so we're obviously a little delayed on it. But we first found out about 6:30 this morning, and it's simply this: 6:30 in the morning, the fire was already an hour and a half old. It wasn't going to be burning when we got there. I didn't know if there was any other stringers or anything like that may have been out there that went to it, and quite frankly, I wasn't gonna waste my time and gas to go out there. Something that somebody else might have covered. We made contact with our media partner, one of our media partners this morning. Hey, do you guys have this? Do you need it? It was a pretty devastating fire, from what I understand. It burned to the ground. I don't know about injuries or anything like that. They got back to us about 10 minutes ago. And they're like, yeah, we don't have it. We don't think anybody was there. You want to go grab some aftermath video, we'll take it. We're on our way to get aftermath video. A little recap of what's going on so far this year. So far this year, we've covered the first incident of the year we covered was a house fire in Allentown. That was within the first day. So that was not something that we sold. We did cover it, we posted it, all that stuff. But it wasn't a thing that we sold. It was a kitchen fire, got some smoke pushing out a little bit, but other than that, nothing really huge. Second fire we covered of the year was a fully involved house fire in Williams Township. This was our first drone flight of the year. Put the drone up, we got over it, heavy smoke pushing when we got there, got some shots of guys cutting the roof, doing work there. No fire, but pretty good amount of smoke. Small house, vacant house. Thankfully it was vacant. So that was number two. Then we went to we covered a fire that we sold also to our media partners. Another one in Allentown. This one was a third floor fire. We're a little late on this. Not real late, but a little late on this one. We started off with ground video right away. We got some smoke coming out of the third floor windows. Shots of some guys operating. And then we asked our media partners, you guys want some drone video? They're like, yeah, we'll take some drone stuff. So, all right, great. Put the drone up, got some drone shots. By the time we got the drone, the fire was out. Guys were done doing, they were still doing mop-up stuff like that. So that was number three. And then number 4 and 5 came on the same night. We got a phone call request in the middle of the night to go shoot a fire up in Tannersville. Unfortunately, it was a fatal. We get up there, the fatality. There was one confirmed fatality by the time we even got there. I wasn't expecting much because, again, it was a couple hours into the fire by the time we got the phone call. So when we got up there, it was actually still going. I mean, it was still smoke real heavy. They had a lot of buried fire. They had a backhoe in, tearing some building apart to get to the fire that was underneath collapsed sections of the structure. So we got that. That was we did that entirely with the drone. And then once we cleared that and we were on our way back down home, we got an alert for a house fire in Northampton County. We immediately rerouted to that. When we got there, it was already a full collapse. It was still, again, smoke real heavy, a little bit of fire here and there, but also the structure fully collapsed on itself already. So there really wasn't a whole lot that you weren't going to see a lot. Apparently, it was already collapsed by the time the fire department got there. So that was that. So that's where we sit. Recap of our year so far. Like I said, we're going out to a fire right now, and that was happened overnight, a couple hours. We're going out to shoot some aftermath video for our news partners. So once we get out there, we'll bring his back. You know, you can kind of, you'll see what we see, and go from there. But yeah, that's where we sit so far. Like I said, we're gonna try to do some more of these behind the scenes as much as possible. Things happen quick in the news world, so sometimes it's hard to get to something quickly and shoot an episode of behind the scenes at the same time. We don't have anybody, you know, we're shooting this, you know, with us. Sometimes I'll have another person that can shoot with me, that they can shoot the behind the scenes, but most of the time it's just me, with our vlogging camera and our vlogging setup that we have. So that's where we stand. I'm going to try to set it up where we make it a little easier and quicker to get things going with the vehicle here. Once we get out to the vehicle for when we're going to incidents. But right now, hang on one second, folks. I got to do a little map change here. There we go. Yeah, so right now that's kind of where we stand. So we're about 9 minutes from this fire. Like I said, we're not rushing to get out there. It's out. I mean, the fire has been out probably for a couple hours. It started at 5 o'clock this morning. It's 9:30 in the morning right now that we're going out to it. So, like, you know, I don't even know if there's going to be crews on scene yet or not. I don't know much circumstances behind it. So, you know, it is what it is there. But, yeah, so, again, we're going to try to do these episodes more often. Release times are going to be Fridays. And I think the way we're going to try to start doing it is encompassing the entire week. So as we go along shooting during the week, we're going to throw as much in as possible. If we can't get something, we don't have something, we'll do a recap version, recapping everything we've done in that time frame. But that's kind of where we stand right now. So I will bring you guys back once we get a little closer here, and yeah, we'll go from there. But that's where we sit. Okay, so we are on scene here. We just pulled up, and pretty much what I was not what I was expecting. Well, kind of what I was expecting, but not what I was expecting. The house is a total loss. Unfortunately, this was a very devastating fire. So we're here. We're gonna get some shots of what we see, what's left of the building and everything like that, and then go from there. So that's pretty much where we're at here. It's gonna be just a ground thing. Very unfortunate for what we're seeing. A lot of pretty much total devastation on this house. So you guys, we're gonna leave the camera where we have it here on the truck, the vlogging camera, and then we're gonna go and get some shots of what's left. So yeah, as you can see, it was pretty bad. It's a shame. We've seen a couple really bad fires already this year, and this is one of them. So I mean, that's gonna be it. I mean, there's really not much to show. So there really isn't a whole much to shoot here. I mean, it's just, you wouldn't even know it's a house, to be honest with you. If I didn't know it was a house, you wouldn't know it's a house, because that's how bad the fire was. Electric company's just arriving. They're gonna do a power disconnect in the house. So, well, see, they're gonna disconnect power to the. I mean, they probably already have it disconnected to the house, but they're gonna do make sure everything's secure. Obviously, you don't want power going to that. There's nothing there. So these are actually fairly nice houses in this area. They seem pretty decent sized. So it's a shame that that had to happen. But yeah, so that is that for now. Obviously, today's Sunday. So we did a recap of what happened so far this year. And then the rest of the episode will be what's going on the rest of this year. Well, at least for this week. Probably film things that we cover Sunday through Thursday, maybe, and then we'll release this Friday evening. Friday evenings are, like I said, Friday evenings are going to be our release dates. So, but that's where we are for now. So unless we get anything else, we'll bring you back. Hey folks, Mike here. Hey, so the end of the week, really haven't done much more. We did do the other night on the way back from dropping my daughter off at college. We got an NVP, we got a rollover, truck trailer rollover on I-78 in Upper McCountry Township. We got that, we sold that. Look here, you can see here a couple pictures of it. Show it. Nothing spectacular. We were actually 3 hours after the fact. They were still having to work on operating the truck and everything like that. So, but as you can see right now, we are traveling, and we are going to pick up my daughter. She got some softball. She got some stuff going on this weekend, so she could have come home for a few days. Plus, with the holiday, the Martin Luther King holiday. So we're going to go get her, and it's snowing. And as we go out further west here on I-78, the conditions are getting worse. So it's pretty bad. Conditions are getting pretty bad. The highway's getting covered. We can see some plow trucks, so we just passed a plow truck there. And now we got a report that there's an accident the direction we're going westbound. We very well might be pre-arrival on this thing, unintentionally, of course. It's at mile marker, we're at past mile marker 16, and it's at 15.5. Crews were just dispatched. I don't know how serious it was. We did pass another crash on the eastbound side. That didn't look too bad. PSP was already on scene on that one. But yeah, so we got some action going on out here. Not trying to catch it, but we're getting it. We're going to flip you around here again, and then you're going to see some emergency equipment here. And there's a plow truck. Everybody's kind of just converging on these crashes here. Not sure how serious they all are. Again, one eastbound, one westbound. Eastbound doesn't look all that bad. Didn't look all that bad. PSP was on scene. They already had the car on tow truck. Now we got one coming westbound, and they're dispatching something else right now. So, like, we're listening to Berks County because we're traveling through Berks County right now. So we're going down to Franklin County. If we catch anything along the way, we'll bring it to you. But yeah, right now it's where we're going. So we'll keep you here with me for a minute here while we traverse this up on this other accident here. I said we're probably about maybe a half mile from it at this point. So actually, we already passed. Looks like we're at mile marker 15 now. We're at exit 15. It was supposed to be at 15.5, so we passed 15.5. I didn't see anything. Looks like there was a minor crash on the eastbound side at 15.5 in that area. So the probably crashed westbound. Probably not there. It was an iPhone crash notification according to the additional that they gave out. So that's kind of where we sit. But I mean, again, snow conditions weren't this bad when I left my house. Deteriorating the further west I go. Here comes another piece of emergency equipment here. Got an engine coming at us. Probably a rescue engine, actually. Oh, rescue. It's a rescue. So. Yeah, that's where we sit, though. Oh, sounds like that one eastbound did have a minor injury. So they're all heading out to it. Make sure it seems safe, secure. Nothing else happens when there's bad weather. So, all right. So we're gonna bring you back though if we if we come across anything, we'll bring it back. If we don't bring it back, then we will see you next week. But yeah, as of right now, we're like I said, we're traveling out here. Snowy conditions. I'm not going to do a ton of recording while driving, but I wanted to kind of show you guys what we were looking at. All right, bye for now. Hey folks, Mike here. Hey, it's early, 2 o'clock in the morning, Friday morning. So left you Thursday night. We were heading down to Franklin County to pick up my daughter. It was snowing. Road conditions were getting so-so. Yeah. 2 o'clock in the morning, though, we're heading to Quakertown. Commercial structure fire. Got called by FMZ, one of our providers, media partners there that we work for, and then they're like, hey, can you go get this for us? I'm like, sure, yeah, we'll go get it for you. We're behind the eight ball on it some, at least by the time they called us 2 hours old. I know they were like, hey, the last report was, and like, yeah, I looked at the report that they probably got, the same report I get with the alert pages and stuff like that, and it was already an hour and a half. The one they were basing off of was like an hour and a half old. So with that, I'm not really expecting much. Probably going to be out by the time we get there. I mean, if it's burning, great. I know we did this once with the other day, last week with the Poconos. Just one of the fires we showed you already that we were covering, the fatal. It was the same deal. It was pretty old. They gave it to us. We're like, okay, we'll go up. But we weren't expecting much. We get up there and it was still burning. So we'll see. Depends on the size of the building, how big of a fire, how big of the building, all this stuff. But either way, they're sending us, so it's a billable thing. It's not like we're going on our own and then they get to decide whether they want it or not. Once they make that request, we go, and it's billable. So with that said, request was made. We're on our way. From our place to the fire, it's about 30 minutes, so it's not bad on timing to get there. Roads aren't bad. I haven't really run into any slick spots, except for leaving my house. But the highways that we're on are good. They're clear. They're maybe wet, but they're good. So I'm not worried about that there. So yeah, so we are on the way down to Quakertown. We will bring you back and forth once we get down there. See what we see how things go, getting entry and stuff like that, and go from there. All right, bring these back in a little bit. See, we said the roads are good. They're still out here doing their thing, and that is keeping the roads good. Alright, we're here. There's equipment returning already. So then the fire is obviously, it's out, it's under control. I don't see anything, no smoke, nothing like that. I'm gonna try to just grab my camera, walk up, get some shots, and we're gonna make pretty quick work of this. Where to get in, where to get the shot to get out, because I'm not wasting time on this. There's really nothing to get at this point. There's no fire, doesn't look like. So, just making sure my battery is fairly decent. And I say fairly, as I'm grabbing another one just in case. We're gonna walk up here. So, not gonna put the drone up unless I really absolutely fucking have to. They give me a hard time walking in here. Then I'll throw the drone up real quick, but still trying to get over this cough I've had for over a month now. It's been ridiculous. But one thing you have to be careful walking into a fire scene during this type of year is ground conditions. Very, very icy. But we're walking up here though. We'll see what we get. I'm gonna throw you in my pocket so you can kind of see everything. Looks like they had a half decent fire. I'm just gonna start shooting. I'll pop off a few still photos real quick.
Chauffeuring tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking for some shots, property shots, damage shots, something to show that, you know, other than all the fire trucks here, showing that there was a fire, obviously. But again, we're not wasting time on this. We're not spending time on this. Just gonna get in. We're in. Obviously, we're in. Just gonna get some shots and get the hell out of here. I'm not. You're not seeing much. You're not going to. All right, we're out of here. Make my way back to the truck. Let's get back to the truck. I'll pull you out so you guys can see me again, but right now you're just going for a walk here because I'm cold. Recap. So we came down here, about a 30-minute drive. We got called to come down to shoot this. We were about 2 hours behind the 8 ball on it, basically. We were behind on this one. We don't monitor this here, so like it's not like, you know, I missed it or anything like that. It's just, you know, by the time we got called and asked to come down, because it's a guy who usually covers down here, he's on the fire department, so he's not available to get this. It was out. I mean, it was out. So we shot some video, got some shots of the scene. It would look like it was a pretty good. It was definitely a good fire. They definitely had heavy fire conditions. It was probably, you know, blowing through that roof. That's for sure. So, but that's that. And if I find any online pictures of this thing going, maybe I'll throw it in here. But you know, if you see it, great. If you don't, well, sorry. But yeah, so that's gonna be that. That's gonna be that for this episode. Welcome to 2025. Everything we've done so far at the beginning of this year has been structure fire, dwelling fire so far, except for one accident. We did that rollover accident on 78. So we kind of recap of what we started out with the year doing. I'm going to try to do more, not so much recaps, but weekly or bi-weekly episodes of behind the scenes. So it all depends on how busy we are and stuff like that. And, you know, maybe we'll throw some behind the scenes. We'll throw some, we're not doing shit. I don't know. We'll see how this works. But I definitely want to try to get it back up on it a little bit more than I ended the year with after we did our Detroit trip. Definitely looking to do some more trips this year. I'm not sure where yet or what we're doing, but we will keep you up to date on those and bring you when we go. So that's for this episode. We'll try to do them every Friday. Check our YouTube page. Check our YouTube page in between for all the action we cover when we get good action. And yeah, so we'll go from, you know, again, everybody, Happy New Year. Everybody keep safe, and we'll see you next time behind the scenes.